it's me, Kate from Chasing Contentment. Today I'm going to be showing you what is available on the 14-day free trial of Financial Peace University. So rewind 6 years ago, and that's when I took the Financial Peace University class in person. And obviously right now in our society, everything that's going on, you cannot do that. So the best thing you can do now is, I would say, try to look at it online. Now, this is a 14-day free trial, and so you do have to put your debit card in, but you can cancel obviously right up to that 14 days. That's what I'm going to do, because if not, I think it's $129 a year that you have to pay, which I'm not willing to pay because I've already been through the classes. But that does include an EveryDollar Plus membership. I just prefer to do EveryDollar by myself manually because it's easier for me to keep track of what I'm spending, and it helps hold me accountable when I have to input those numbers. So that's what I do. But if you don't know, by the way, EveryDollar is a free Dave Ramsey app that you can download on your iPhone, and I think they have an Android app too. But it's pretty easy to use, and it's really good because it's based on the $0 budget. So it's really great if that's kind of what you follow, which I do personally. So they also have a plus version, which is the version you can pay for, and it will link to your bank account, and then you can drag over what category each time you spend is. So it kind of helps, but I like to put mine in personally because I need to be held accountable for what I'm spending, and that helps me be held accountable. So back to what we were going to do. Today I'm going to be showing you Financial Peace University. So when you go to the website right here, what you'll do is you'll click, and then I already signed up, so you would go to sign in, and then it would prompt you on how to sign up. Like I said, you have to put a debit card number in, but I'm going to cancel before the 14-day trial is up, so I'm not really worried about it. So this is the screen that shows up when you have your free trial. So over here you click home, and this is just going through the baby steps. You can look over here, select your baby step, and it goes step by step through all of them. So obviously baby step 1 is save $1,000, all that stuff. So you can also, it'll prompt you to go to the EveryDollar budget app, which I was talking about earlier, and so you can go create your budget over there. Learn. So if you click on learn, there are lots of different classes that you can take. So this one that I was in, it goes beyond just the baby steps. For baby step number 1, which is your $1,000 emergency fund. Baby step 2 right here, which is snowballing your debt. So if you are in debt or you have any debt, I would start with lesson 1 because that's the foundation, and that's really what changed my husband and I's journey. But if you keep going, there's more. Baby step 3, which is 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund. And then 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all lumped into one. And so each of those videos is very in-depth. I think they're an hour a piece. And then there's actually homework you can do alongside it so that you can make steps towards your goals. So if you go back down here, there are even more videos. So I watched Buyer Beware, which was just a good reminder of buyer's remorse, but also being a smart shopper and a smart buyer when you are buying things for your family. Understanding insurance, that's a really good one. I have not watched yet, but I'm going to before my 14-day trial is up. 7, building wealth. This is all about investing, and that's what I really want to focus on too in our financial journey, so I'm probably going to watch that. Real estate and mortgages, outrageously generous, how to give outrageously. And then over here is EveryDollar, which it's linked to mine, so I'm not going to post that. But then if you click baby steps, it lists all of them explicitly. I would personally probably print this if you don't have it. That way you could have it just available to you to look at. Get started. Let's see what happens when you click get started. Oh yeah. I think what it'll do is you can click through and it will walk you to where you are, and then it'll tell you what you need to do to get to the next step. And then community, oh, back, classes. So if you want to do a Dave Ramsey class in person, obviously, like I said, that's not going to happen right now. I think there's a virtual one that you can do, so you can probably get someone to kind of hold you accountable and go through those classes together. So I think if you click where you live and push virtual, it will help you find a class, which is cool. And then resources. So these are cool. This will give you financial snapshot, mortgage calculator, investing calculator. This is really good. If you know anything about the Dave Ramsey team, Chris Hogan does a lot of investment stuff and retirement goals. He talks about, or he made a book called Retire to Inspire, and so you can look there to see how much you would have to invest every month to make your goal. So it has you answer some questions about what kind of goals you have for retirement. And then retirement savings planner, same thing. And then coverage checkup. So those are checking to make sure that you're covered with insurances. And then I guess there's a little section where you can ask someone a question. So you can ask it, give them your phone number and your postal code. Okay, so back to home. I was going to show you that there's not just the Financial Peace University classes. There's more. Learn. Okay, so there are two more options. So, and I'm going to really try to cram these in the next 14 days because I want to learn as much as possible, and I'm cheap and I don't want to pay for it. So I'm just gonna jam it in a short period of time. So the legacy journey, let's see what that has. So I think when he talks about the legacy, it's about what you're leaving for your children for the future financially, or your family or whoever. So snares and dares, this is a biblical perspective on building wealth. The pinnacle point, a wise investment strategy, the law of great gain, safeguarding your legacy, so that's protecting your legacy, generational legacy, and called to generosity. So those are the titles of all the videos that are available. And then I'm really excited about Smart Money, Smart Kids, and that is a 6-lesson course as well. And they actually have a book that they wrote together called Smart Money, Smart Kids, and it's with his daughter, Rachel Cruz, who I'm obsessed with, who actually I have followed on YouTube for probably 5 years, as long as she's been on YouTube. And she has a really good channel that has episodes every week about ways to save money and be financially responsible. So they wrote a book called Smart Money, Smart Kids, and it's about how to train your children on ways to be responsible with their money. So they wrote a book, and I think this is based off of that book. So the videos are work and responsibility, spending and wisdom, saving and patience, giving and generosity, debt and honesty, contentment and gratitude. That's perfect for my channel, contentment. So that would be really good if you have kids and you really want to start them off right with their financial view or their view on finances, and teaching them Dave Ramsey concepts at a level that they would understand. So as soon as Brooks is old enough to do that with, I'm probably going to start trying to teach him those ways of saving, giving, spending, and saving up for things that he wants. Already we are trying to get the money that he gives in little, like, for his birthday and Easter, he gets cards from grandparents with a few dollars here and there. So what we've been doing for his future, as of right now, since he's too young to spend it, we've been putting it in a mutual fund, which has been exciting to see it build, because it'll be money that he'll appreciate when he's older, and instead of buying plastic toys, which he already gets anyway, he's going to be able to have that money for when he goes off to college or when he starts his first job. If he doesn't want to go to college, wants to do a trade job, anything like that, I'm going to have that money set aside for him. So I'm really excited about that. But anyway, so basically, when you sign up for this 14-day trial, you get all of Financial Peace University classes, which there are 9, so that's a lot, and they're long. So, when I'm watching them, what I'm doing is I'm doing something productive like folding my clothes or cleaning up, things like that while I'm watching them. And then if there's something that's really interesting to me, I will take my Post-it or my piece of paper and write down a note. That way I can remember what I'm learning, but I process things while I'm working. Like I can multitask, and that's kind of how I listen to videos a lot of times. I'll be doing other things while I'm watching. So it's really good if you're able to do that. So we have the 9-lesson course here, and the Legacy Journey is 6 lessons, and then Smart Money, Smart Kid is 6 lessons. So with all of this, you also, like I said, get that free trial of Every Dollar Plus, and it links to your bank account, and it will sync everything that you've spent with a budget. It even walks you through the baby steps. So if you have no idea and you're like, I don't even know where to start, just click Get Started right here on the baby steps, and it will walk you through all of the things. And I think it's really cool that you can ask a coach too, because I think sometimes it's easy to say, these are all the steps we need to follow, but our lives do not look like cookie cutters, They don't fit perfectly. There are a lot of hard situations and hard questions to ask and answer, so you can always ask a coach. And Dave Ramsey does do a radio show every day, literally every day. I don't know how he has enough content, but he does. So you can listen to that. That's a really good resource. Let's see. I'll even look it up. Ramsey Radio. It's live at 2 p.m. every day, so it's probably going on right now. And then it says you can download the app, listen on Apple. I have it on my iTunes, and so I just get the new episode every day. But you can also ask questions, call in and ask questions if you have like a really specific question. And they obviously have tons of people who do that, so you may not get a good chance of getting on the show. So asking a coach on here is a great option. I forgot to show you guys. Some of these tools, like I said, are retirement calculators, insurance checkups, just to make sure you have everything you need. But if you go down here and you are not a digital budgeter, there are budgeting forms that are free on here that you quick start budget. Let's open it up and see. This tells you exactly how to go through and write your budget. This is a pretty simple budget. Like my budget is a lot more complicated than this, but it's a good start. And I think it's just for learning how to do that. Monthly cash flow plan. I think this is one that's more applicable to most people. So this is literally directions, and so it tells you start out with how much you make, and then you give each category a total, and then you subtract until you come down to 0, because every single dollar that you have should have a designated place. So yeah, so you start out up here, and then you give. He's big on giving. We give to our church too, so tithing first, and then out of that going through and looking at this, and all your debts are down here, health insurance. And then obviously if you're using this paper budget, you put your planned amount, and then at the end of the month you would put how much you spent, so you can see how much of a difference there is. And then at the end, your goal is 0. Let's see what else he's got. Regular income planning. This is if you are based on commission, or if you have an hourly job and you don't have consistent hours. So you pretty much budget with how much you would get minimally, like your lowest month. That's what you start with. And then you base your budget off that. And then if you have extra, you add these items to pay for. Allocated spending plan. I think that's for if you have multiple. Yeah, this is for if you have multiple paychecks. You get paid maybe once a week, and how you would use all of that money. Other forms they have the debt snowball. So this is what I've talked about before, what we use, but you pretty much list your debts smallest to largest. You do minimum payments on everything except your smallest, and then you put everything you got towards that smallest one until you pay it off. Then you roll all that rest of that into the next one until you have an avalanche of debt freedom. So there is breakdown of savings, which I do this, but I do it on an Excel spreadsheet, and I may show you, I may make a video of how I use my sinking fund spreadsheet on Excel, because this will change constantly. Like if you have, a certain amount per month and then you put $300 towards your emergency fund, it's going to change. So, this may be good if you want to make goals, like my goal for my 3 to 6 months is blank, or my retirement fund is blank. But it's good for ideas as to what you should save for, but I don't use this. But if you're like old school and love paper everything, this would be a good one. There's a lot of ones that I've never seen before. That would be good to look at. I'm not going to go through every single one. I've gone through the important ones. I hope this is helpful to you guys. I think there's no harm in having a free membership. I'm always using those trials and then canceling because, like I said, I try to be frugal. And so I think this is a really good one. If you've never done the baby steps, never heard of them, use this time, especially since we are at home right now and there is a lot to do, but some people may have a little bit more time than they normally would because you're not driving and you're not, doing the other things that you normally would. So I would watch these and take full advantage. I'm going to take full advantage of the Legacy Journey videos and Smart Money, Smart Kids. Like all day when I'm just baking or cleaning, I'm going to try to be watching these. That way I can take full advantage. And I will say their programs are so motivating. I think sometimes when you aren't listening to financial blogs or people who are in that field, it's easy to get distracted with your financial goals and be like, well, I really want that thing and it's expensive, but I have the money. And so this helps you kind of remember why you're driven to do what you do and to also be financially responsible. It pretty much gives you the power to be able to make choices for your family. And I think that that's really cool. And I love them. I'm not sponsored by them at all, but if you want to sponsor me, I'd be happy to oblige. But I love Dave Ramsey. I love Rachel Cruz. I love Chris Hogan. I love all of their company. And I really do think that if you don't know where to start and you are struggling financially, especially during this season of just uncertainty, I would take full advantage of this free trial. And if you have any other ideas as to what you would like to see on my channel, please comment below, and I would love to make some more videos about finances, simplicity, or family. Those are the things that I love to talk about, so any ideas would be great. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe down below. Have a great day, guys. Bye.